them.
How long it takes to get an appeal, and is that when F. Lee Bailey steps in?
That's when F. Lee Bailey stepped in, when we were going up to the highest court in the land.
How the hell did you get F. Lee Bailey?
F. Lee Bailey's partner was Ken Fishman.
Okay.
And Ken Fishman was best friends with my cousin Louis Ferrara, growing up. And
yeah, but F. Lee Bailey is still F. Lee Bailey. You got to walk me through that.
Yeah, and I also, while I was in prison at Charles Street Jail, which is now a 5-star hotel, you should have seen it back in the day. I was on Murderer's Row, within sight of where the electric chair used to be. The first flat tear. Windows were broken. Snow used to come in. Birds. Place was a nightmare. It was a Civil War prison. And I'm 21 years old. I've never been away from home. So it was like culture shock for me, for all of us,
Hold on. How much time between getting found guilty and the first appeal?
I think it was 2 years to almost 3 years.
Okay, so you're serving. How was jail over those 2 years for you? How was prison for you?
Let me put it to you this way. I had my co-defendants trying to kill me.
In jail.
And their family, one of their names, I just say, Ricky Costa ran Walpole.
And these are around wise guys, or more of a
private? Oh yeah, he was the heaviest hitter up there. He was the most feared guy in Walpole, and
they're trying to kill you. They're trying to kill you in jail.
And the people, the victims' families were also associated. The Chuchulos. One of them went with my friend Jimmy Lamoli. The other one went with Frankie Salemi. The other one went with Dennis Lapori. So now we're talking about a family that's in deep with wise guys. So I had a lot of people coming.
And at this point, you're not like super connected. You got associate friends.
Oh, I'm not connected at all. I'm totally ostracized out of everything. I got people on both sides coming near me to kill me, and I got some of my closest friends afraid to hang around me because they don't want to get killed.
Any fights or skirmishes in jail?
Oh, plenty. But I walked the halls. I never PC'd, and I looked them all in the eye. Wow. And I did, and this is, I got to tell you, before we go any further, I did take a lie detector test, and it was from Lynn Marcy out of Dearborn, Michigan. He was the president of the American Polygraph Society, and he actually tests for the president of the United States, CIA, FBI, and everything. And they told him he wasn't creditable, and he flipped out, But F. Lee Bailey took care of that too. And I also testified when I got a separate trial, in my own trial, about what I knew. I was up the house. This is what they said I knew.
Stand?
In my own trial. And I never testified against anybody. I wasn't allowed
to. Oh, no, we're going to get that. Because all questions are on the table tonight.
I took the stand. I took the stand. I got cross-examined twice. I sat there and looked them right in the eye and answered them word for word.
So did F. Lee Bailey do pro bono, or are you still paying off that bill? Because that's
Ken Fishman was sick. He came and he told me straight out. He goes, Paul, he says, I got to ask you to do something. He says, you're going to have to waive your rights because this judge is going to railroad you. And if you agree to it, then I can't protect you. So I had to waive a hearing because they never produced a witness to be cross-examined. So they let uncross-examined testimony into the trial. Plus, my picture was on the front page of the Herald before the lineup. And I was the only one that wasn't completely picked out. It was either me or somebody else in the lineup.
So for F. Lee Bailey being how strong he is, stronger than he was this was his strategy on par? I want to know, you had a big name, but how did he get you off?
I was innocent, so he didn't actually get me off. A lot of people that come up to me and ask me, oh, how'd you beat it? And I'm like, I didn't beat anything. I wish I did.
They're trying to trip you out.
I plead guilty. When I'm guilty, I plead guilty. I plead guilty to the magistrate last time. I didn't want to sit in the county anymore. Send me upstate. You know what I mean? I'm guilty. This is what I did. Let me tell my story and go on my way. I'm happy. Give me 3 in a day. I'll go. And then when I'm guilty, I'm guilty. I plead guilty. I'm not going to waste their time of mine. But like I said, I had a lot of witnesses. I was on the phone with 6 girls that night. They all had to come in and testify.
Wow.
My friend Paul Lanny lived next to the park. And once again, he was probably one of the most dangerous guys in the North End. No one messed with Paulie. And he was my best friend. I used to have to go up his house. He couldn't get out of his own way, but he was as dangerous as they come. And he calls me up that night, and I click over, and I was talking to my girlfriend Terry at the time, and I says, Terry, I got to take this, and I go, Paul, I said, what are you doing? He says, hey, I just heard 100 gunshots come from in front of my house. He goes, you still sick? I says, yeah. He goes, all right, stay home. I'm going to go see what happened, and I'll call you back. And I call back Terry. I says, wow, there's a bunch of gunshots on Charter Street. And then he calls back. He says, stay home. Come and see me tomorrow. I want to talk to you. That was it. And I had to go see him. And
hold on. I want to stay on track, Paulie. So
I know I'm all over the board.
I don't want to say you beat the case, but finally justice is served,
right?
In an innocent, innocent finding. All right, so you get out, right?
Well, F. Bailey came and visit me. I think I was in Old Colony Correctional Center.
He's like, I got this, bitch.
No, he walked in, and I'm like in shock, and they're like, F. Bailey's coming to see you. Like my mother told me, I'm like, what? They're like, they're working on something. They think they can get you home. And I'm
you didn't have Robert Shapiro as well, right? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I had the dream team before OJ, Buck. I really
maybe you're Khloe Kardashian's father. No, all right. So I want to because we've got a lot to cover. So you get. Well, no, tell the F. Lee Bailey story, then we'll move on. I can't gloss over that.
He comes in to the prison, and he tells me, I want to take your case. I said, I can't afford you. We have no money left.